Welcome, guys. Big series here. We're in the third rounds. Pay no attention to that in Titans League. So both these players are confirmed to be silver at the very least, okay? Whoever wins this series will essentially go into a final, and in that final, if they win that, they actually make it into gold. Gold will be at roughly 25K league. Only 8 players from this bracket do fill those gold spots. And we have a crazy build from Uzzi here, who I think is the slight favorite. Uzzi's coming out with the Insta-Dock. Insta-Dock with Incas. You do have a lot of wood flexibility with Incas. You can build just one house and get up to 15 pop space. But that's crazy. You will eventually see a dock from Nahue, I'm assuming. But that dock is up already. We're 2 minutes into the game. Now, I don't really know how the rest of his eco is going to look here. I imagine this is something he's probably practiced. But if you try something like this, it can easily go wrong. You're going to need 100 wood for a lumber camp. You're going to need like 25, 50 wood. I guess you're going to need one more house, but you're just going to... This is going to slow you down. And if you do go for a fishing ship, which maybe he just goes for one, we'll see, that further delays that. So it is a little bit of a risky build. We'll pay attention to the idle TC. We'll pay attention to how the resources are flowing. But so far, it's okay, I guess. We have seen almost every single player docking the middle here. Someone's asking, can you use red and blue? I'm going to go with yellow today. No, it's a little bit harder to see, but other maps don't have a lot of this yellow terrain. And, like, if it was Viper, we'd have yellow, right? Viper's known for yellow. I know that Nahue's not Viper, but he's a good, exciting young player. He does like to play with yellow. We'll stick with it. The blue and yellow, I'm a little bit more used to. So yeah, my take is maybe he just goes one fishing ship here. You just get the fishing ship out super early, and then you build your lumber camp. Could lumber camp the top of the hill, but also sometimes players will want to lumber camp in the middle. There is not very big wood lines in the middle, though. I gotta say that. Pizza asking who the favorite is. I think Uzzi's the favorite in terms of seed and rank. But I think they're both really prepped. Like, I'm well aware there are dozens of people training for this, man. They've been taking this very seriously. They've been pumped for Titans League. And both these two fall into that category. So, I think it could be close. So, second fishing ship for Uzzi now. Definitely not going to see more than that, right? This is more of your standard time, dock time from Nahue. He comes over here, drops the dock. He doesn't know about that fishing ship. I don't think he has any clue why his opponent picked Incas. Now, the cool thing about the early fish is, like, by the time they're in feudal, there's not going to be nearly as many fish here because he got the fish out super early. So maybe the strat is you can just give up water. I mean, there's still the shorefish, but he's already taken 100 food from the shorefish and already taken 100 food from this fish here, too. And then we're also going to see fishing ships from Nahue, so... Yeah, Elo is super even. They're both around 2,500 Elo. I can add that if you guys want to see it. I guess now would be the time. Uzzi does build the lumber camp down here. Nahue built the lumber camp up here. And he knows the dock is there now. He'll definitely understand the timing was a little bit off. Not that you can do anything about that right now. And pushes in the final deer. I think Ethiopians are all about the timings, man. Plus 100 food, plus 100 gold when you make it to the next stage. Allows you to get that boost of resources. Very nice for you. Uzzi's eagle is stronger in the Dark Age, but it's also slower, so he just stops Nahue from pushing in the deer. I will add the Elo here just for chat. Just for the people that are curious. But again, it's like a lot of you guys probably never heard of these players, and you need to know about these players because these guys are fantastic players. And one of them, ooh, just missing the sheep there. One of them could be gold. Could be. We'll see. This is a crazy build from Uzzi. Wow, this is wild. Okay, so he brings the Dockville with the Eagle and builds a barracks forward. I don't think Uzzi sees that. Uzzi's like, where's the Dockville? Normally the Dockville stays. Now, he might be thinking this is like a 2-dock approach, and that villager was pulled to build a second dock over here. But he is not expecting that at all. This is an out-of-the-box strat. I have never seen this before. Again, there should be some potential downsides to the flow of your economy for Uzzi, but it's not too bad. And he now scouts the wood line. Nahue's doing the right thing. He's a little suspicious right now. As Michael Scott would say, he's a little stitious, or suspicious, I guess. Drops his barracks. Honestly, the eco is a little rough for Nahue as well. He really needs the wood right now. This second lumber camp is exposed, but it hasn't been spotted. I don't love the barracks timing here. Like, look at the timings. Uzzi's got the barracks. Uzzi will have 3 militia at a decent time. Nahue, well, maybe I'm wrong. The barracks will be ever so slightly late. And now... Oh, he makes a fire galley. Okay, makes sense. He makes a fire galley. Man, if Uzzi just scouted this, guys. If Uzzi just knew about this. It's so crazy that he doesn't know about that. And he's going to this wood line. And then yellow doesn't know either. He doesn't have any clue that the barracks is there. Look at the way the units are moving. The Eagle's coming around. Game 1. Are you prepared? He's not. He's not. This is so good for Uzzi. Man-at-Arm upgrade still 30 seconds away. But that villager... What? Is she slimy? How did she go through there? Every time that's me, I guarantee you my villager gets stuck. Okay, she dies anyways. Life is fair. That could have easily been 2 villager kills if they got stuck. All right, and just 2 villagers on this wood line. Uzzi should know now. He should have it in the back of his mind that the opponent is going to have another wood line. And if it's not here, it's probably going to be here, right? So I think Nahue needs to use this time. He sees this army now. He needs to maybe think about walling this. Nice start here from Uzzi. Killed the villager. We'll lose the fishing ships, though. Again, I think this is kind of part of the plan. There's just not a lot of fish there. And the man-at-arms and the eagle and the spearman now will find this. And quick walls happen here for Nahue. This is the start of the series. Things have gotten really messy. We've got a defensive tower from Uzzi. This is a sign that he's going to play open and aggressive here. Not even thinking about walls. Archer range is queued up with some archers here. But we do have the range here from Nahue, and he'll go to gold. So he can get 2 archers out because of the gold boost. That's really nice. The fact he can get 2 archers and a fire galley with all that gold without mining it is crazy strong. And he stabilized pretty nicely here. Now is when you have to think about some farms. I just noticed Uzzi missed out on these sheep over here. Really could have used those sheep, but he was trying to do so much with that scout, and Eagle goes down. Now, this is where you have to go for numbers if you're the Incas. You're hoping that a mix of eagles, a mix of archers, mix of spears can make the difference. What's the scouting like for Nahue here? Okay, so he knows about the wood line. He'll see the range now. Tower is not normally something you should use to defend against scouts, but it's enough actually to stop those scouts from applying pressure, which is why Uzzi did that. And that allows him to go forward. The villager walled the left side instead of the front, and the army is through again. But nice clicking there from Nahue. Gets the villager back. Kind of tough to kill villagers here when you're this close to the TC. But pressure pays off, because Nahue is housed right now. Again, he's just been under constant pressure. This is a little bit messy. There's still only 1 farm for Uzzi, but he does have the defensive spear around for the scouts. And Uzzi seems to have more control of this game in terms of the attacks. Like, he's the one starting the attacks. The opponent's the one reacting, but the army could potentially be more scalable for Nahue with the Ethiopian archers. What's up, Spaz? It is pretty late here. Stop reminding me, guys. It is pretty late here. I'm exhausted. Stop bringing it up. Let's act like it's like 10 a.m., right? Ooh, archers are over here. But the archers are attacking villas and not getting the kills, and the scouts pick all of these off here. That's really nice find there for Nahue. Now he's distracted because there's the micro over here. So both players kind of screwing up there. Scouts will end up getting the value they want, though. This army's still being chased. Man, Uzzi's so good at doing this. Now, he needs better engagements, but he's so good at just keeping this army from yellow back here. Again, there's just not a lot of fish left in the middle now. Spearman comes out, snipes a scout. This army's still alive. We've got 7 farms for Uzzi. He's almost out of berries. This is not an economy I'm a big fan of. He went super heavy onto berries. And now he doesn't have the wood for farms. It's close, but I think I prefer Nahwe's position here. Like, a lot of that infantry from Uzzi is not going to have a big effect here. Spearmen and Man-at-Arms should be pretty weak now that it's mainly archers for Nahue. And I think finally he could potentially kill this. Oh, what a play. What a play, dude. He builds the gate through there. The army can't pass. Everything has to just turn around and fight. That's a really big play there. He'll clear this up. Maybe loses one archer that he wouldn't have wanted to lose. But once you take a fight that you're going to win, focus on some other things. Love the outpost as well. Ethiopians have extra vision from the outpost. And I like the tower because the tower actually allows you to move forward. He can see those archers coming through here. Will he pull away? Well, Villager could go down. Villager does go down. Again, nice job from Uzzi. But Uzzi only has 5 archers. His 5 archers against Ethiopian archers. And there's some leftover scouts. So none of that's ideal. That's fine for Uzzi, though. He's always going to lose that army, and he got a couple of pickoffs there, so that's okay. Just feels like his eco is a wreck. 8 on food. He's got 18 on wood. And then it's 18 on food and 10 on wood for Nahue. You normally just want to have around 10 on wood, right? So I think what I'd like to see from Nahue now is try and apply pressure somewhere else. There is a tower everywhere, though, which is kind of tough. Makes it difficult to get the balance right. Yeah, Uzzi's opening was definitely... It came at the cost of his mid-game eco balance. Actually, not necessarily. I think just the amount he held on berries was an adaptation because he didn't have the sheep or something. Something went wrong. I'm not sure what it was, but he's on the way to Castle Age, so... He's on the way to Castle Age. This tower's up. This tower's up. And Nahue still hasn't clicked. In Castle Age, these archers could be upgraded and do some damage and deny some farms, but right now it's not so strong. And there is still a barracks right here, right? If this barracks just streams eagles underneath this tower in Castle Age, it could be really good. And Nahue on the way to Castle Age as well now. Probably needs to back away, keep these archers alive. Welcome, guys. Thank you. Thank you for showing up to the stream. Yeah, 7 p.m. stream is late for me because I got 4 hours of sleep last night. And usually I'm not really streaming at this time. It feels like very few people stream at this time, which is a shame because we got so many people. I guess I'm the guy, right? Like, my YouTube audience, maybe 40% this time zone, 50% this time zone, and I'm denying them streams for having a life, you know? But I got to find balance somewhere. Knew I had to be live for this series, so thank you guys very much for the love. Thank you, Iron Spark. I missed that. Pulse card, thank you. Binf guy, you're welcome, man. Thank you. Stream at this time more. Yeah, JVR's like, let's go. Little morning AoE. I know JVR is not the only one. Actually, JVR deserves credit for pressuring me to stream. He may or may not have threatened to quit being a Titans League admin if I didn't cast the series. It was either that or he just said, you should stream. One of those two things. It was a threat or, you know, the more reasonable way. Well, I'll let you decide. I really don't like this wood situation for Nahue. Like, I think he needs a TC over here. This is pretty good. But I like his army count. I like the fact he has vision on everything. And once he gets the extra food, he gets the extra gold... Crossbow could be pretty strong, but Uzzi just continues to just run away. Just continues to use that mobility. And now it's Castle Age Eagles. It can get a little bit dicier. Like I said, this woodline's a liability here. Eagles run in. That's a villager kill. And there's also a siege workshop right here, which Yellow can see. This is not easy until he gets the knights. I love the idea of the knights. 2 stables, I don't mind. His eco is also a little bit awkward right now. But 2 knights can run back here and kill this eagle, probably. Uzzi's really going to need monks. Guys, he didn't spot this stable, so he doesn't know the commitment to knights. The OG stable, of course, could make knights, but now he knows. Now he sees the crossbow mass. He sees the villagers are moving away. And normally you see a monastery right now. And even Uzzi's woodline's not looking too good either. Really, really close game. I still think the army comp of crossbow and knights is superior, but if the eagle count gets high enough, this can get dangerous. The Ethiopian knights are not a good long-term option. These days, I feel like eagles only get really dangerous once you get above 20. And he's at 12 right now. He's done a really nice job just keeping Nahue stuck here. Nice attack ground. Does some damage there. I mean, 2 of these knights are weak. Obviously, Nahue just wants to snipe the siege so his crossbows can come in. And he does that. Crossbows are still over here, though. And Uzzi's using the market. Nahue's going to build a market. Uzzi does know about the wood line here. Pretty soon there should be a TC on a wood line for somebody. Yeah, Uzzi's going to TC this. That's a good spot. Really interesting how they're both kind of expanding so heavily towards the middle. I like the updates we brought in for Acropolis. It's made it more aggressive. It's made it more crazy, made it more open. Also love the fact we didn't see a heavy pond contest in this game. This is an issue, man. Uzzi's just continues to send in these little pesky raids, man. That's what it is. It's pesky. It's annoying. He doesn't actually kill anything there, though. But he's pulling the armies out of position. Now he goes in on this side. Nahuel's waiting. Will Nahue ever get into a position where he can counterattack? Also, will either player sort out their eco upgrades? This has been a low eco type of game. All right, I've said this once before, and I didn't get in trouble for it. I mean no disrespect. Okay, hold on. We got some snipes. We got some snipes. Dude, I'm actually so impressed with Uzzi just hoovering around with these eagles, man. And I don't know what Nahuel's seeing right now, but he's not reacting to this. This is some damage. He is finally running forward. He is going to try and pressure the wood line, but there's not a lot there anymore. He does not get a conversion there, and the eagles are running in here. Okay, real quick, before this gets too crazy. Conversion! Oh, man, Uzzi's pulling ahead right now. Conversion and a night kill. When I see the Ethiopian monastery, I just think helipad. And I again, shouldn't be talking about it. Some people might be really upset with that, but it's just that little... I'd be like, okay, that's where you land the helicopter. This is the landing zone for Uzzi's eagles right now. I mean, Nahue, build a TC, man. Build a TC. He doesn't have the stone for one. Oh, God, the eagles are going to run in here right now. He's falling apart. He just hasn't been able to get the fights he wants. Uzzi fights the knights immediately, knowing he has the numbers to kill them. Then the villagers are left behind. Nice patrol there from Uzzi. He gets into the perfect position. Meanwhile, the eagles are over here, and Uzzi is just getting snipe after snipe after snipe. He does have a lot of weak eagles, but he's killed so much. He's basically killed everything but the crossbows. Now he's going to have to hope to have the numbers to deal with that, but oh, man. Again, it felt to me like Nahue was able to react a lot, but he couldn't stop doing that. He couldn't get out of a state of the game where he wasn't reacting. He's just been reacting. Uzzi, from the jump, with his build, set the tone in this game. He's killed 17 vills. Now he's chasing down all these crossbows. We got more barracks now, and he's got a 20 villager lead. That's what you want as a player. Ideal world, competitive AoE 2, you want to be the one starting the attacks and setting the tone. And so Uzzi's been just super consistent with that. And now you have to win every fight, it feels like. Still no second TC. I don't know what happened. He had stone. I think he sold it. So he sold stone for gold at one point. He definitely had the wood and the stone, but I think things just got too crazy. I don't know. What I do know, though, is it's 21 eagles for Uzzi, and he just dropped 2 more barracks. And, I mean, he doesn't have horse color or anything, but still, farm count's looking pretty good. And he will now push the hill again. When you have this big of a lead, I think you can just justify just trying to move in and kill the army. But that would give Yellow what he wants right now. Yellow wants to fight those eagles. He's been wanting to fight those eagles straight up this whole time. So, here we go. Houses are going down. Yellow feels like he has to react to this. 26 eagles. More houses for Uzzi. I think we're getting closer to a point where we could even see a third or a fourth TC for him, but he just wants the fights. Doesn't have forging. And that's a nice little fight. This is the best fight you're ever going to get if you're yellow. You're on the hill with your knights, and your crossbows are in a choke point. But is that going to be enough? I think it might be. I mean, it's really close. Obviously, if it's close, Uzzi's going to benefit. And guys, Uzzi's back on the wood line. Uzzi takes game number 1. Man. I mean, they're both really talented. It was evenly matched. It just seems to me like Uzzi just set the pace of that game so nicely. That's a really nice start to the series. Especially because I think Uzzi has a little bit more experience. He does come in as the favorite. Maybe the nerves are a little bit higher for Nahue. Like, that definitely has an effect. Especially at this level. Like, we're talking top 10, top 15. Those guys have been there, done that a million times. But that's a really nice start. And that's a really cool build as well. He goes Incas. He goes instant dock, 2 fishing ships, forward barracks, man-at-arms, archer follow-up, and then just, like, full eagles. I feel like the defensive towers was a really interesting aspect as well, right? Tower here, tower here. I think Nahue never knew where he could pressure with his archers, so he never felt like he could do counter damage because there was towers. And then he just ended up staying at home, and then this wood line got brutalized. So GG, Uzzi takes game number 1. But yeah, the eco wasn't so smooth for Uzzi for a bit there. Ends up having more wood, more food, more gold. And obviously the KD was pretty good for him as well. But I think Nahue is going to have some plans here. I think he should be able to sharpen up a little bit. So game number 2. Number 1 Civ pick for Nahue. Needs to win this one. I think winning 3 straight on the back of this would be very tough. And we are really far behind. My goodness. Shouldn't be that far behind. They've actually spawned towards the corner here, which doesn't always happen. So they're actually fairly far apart from each other. You eventually are going to want to move out and take these additional islands. Armenians have a great navy, but the main reason you pick them is because of the mule cart. Tiny wood lines on the starting island mean that your lumber camp will eventually be a waste if you don't have a mule cart. So good navy and mule cart makes this Civ elite. Also, fortified churches build really fast. You can get the relics with some warrior priests. So just, and then their late game navy is really strong as well. So really strong Civ. What do we think about Portuguese here? I mean, Portuguese are a good overall Civ. They can kind of be played anywhere. So that's a nice thing about them in a draft. You don't necessarily have to play them in one specific spot. Yeah, look, Nahue is looking to find the dock villager and snipe it. But there's actually 2 villagers building this, just in case that happens. That's really smart play. So this scout will probably just run around and hope to find some buffalo or something. But yeah, I mean, Portuguese have arguably the stronger navy just because their ships have more HP. Cheap gold units is always really nice. I don't think getting wood from berries is necessarily a bonus you take advantage of here. So it's a solid Civ. I definitely think Armenians have the edge. Slightly. Parsifal, thanks for the 25. No Shoes Drew, thanks for the 25. Foreseen Cal. He is back. Thank you for the resub. I actually completely forgot I did that. I'm a horrible person. But hey, we got you subbed out of it. So, I don't know. Tough love. This is the person I timed out for 10 minutes earlier because they asked for it. So, there you go. Moistus Clam. I hate saying your name. Thank you for the gifted sub. That was nice. What's up, Slim Calls? What's up, Binf Guy? Thank you, guys. If I missed you. Yeah, so same thing here from Uzzi. He's looking to find if there's one villager. It's so funny, guys. Like, the whole sniping the dock villager with the transport never happened when this map started to become more mainstream. And now it's, like, always happening. And so people have adapted, and they're bringing 2 vills for the shorefish. It's crazy they've both done that. This isn't random. This is something that's been adapted because of their practice and everyone trying to snipe that now. Uzzi will probably realize the scout has no use being here anymore. Up into that transport. And Uzzi should be clicking up. And so, I feel like, this is where the Armenians really start to shine. If you wanted to, you could even transport your mule cart. He's going to just build another one out there. But being able to build a mule cart here, for example, take the wood and take the gold and take the hunt nearby is really nice. He's going to go to the northern island now. And if I'm not wrong, he didn't scout this island much. That's a bit of a weird choice. But I guess he didn't scout a lot on this island either, really. And this ends up being a really good spot. Uzzi Scout is also here. Guys, you might hear a mouse noise, like a disconnect noise or something. It's me. It's not you. Okay, 1 sec. Okay, no noise. Was charging my mouse. Yeah, Uzzi's got to commit to a lumber camp. Uzzi would have to commit to a mining camp. Uzzi has to spend more. Uzzi didn't see the villagers there. Maybe he did, actually. He might see the movement. Players will be looking for the deer movement. Look. Wait for it. Okay, well, I'm wrong. But I think deer would have been moving. It's actually kind of critical. You guys think I'm just being stupid, but that's a big deal. You look for that. You look for this. And then that tells you if they're around. And he's not seeing it now. Nahue sees the vills. So he knows what's up. He'll see the lumber camp now. Lumber camp feels a little late compared to the mule cart. And we have a dock in the middle from Nahue. So he's going to go double galley opening. He will keep a very close eye on if there's any barracks or any like land pressure planned. And is Uzzi going to sneak his fish right now? Because, like, my opinion is if you're just fighting straight water against Armenians, you probably lose. You need some craziness on land for that to work. But if he clicks these fish to the north and just kind of hides them up there, that's a really interesting play. Otherwise, I don't really like that dock. So we'll see. We'll see. The galleys are starting to mass now. Scout from Nahue comes this way, which is really surprising to me. He knows his opponent's here. I feel like you should be checking to see if the barracks is up. I mean, it's not bad to have scouting intel over here, but it feels really mistimed. I was talking to someone before this, talking to a player who's in this bracket. I'm like, I feel like I'm more particular and more opinionated casting this level because it's around my level as a player, and it's like, I mean, all of it matters so much for them, of course. I just don't think it's a good play because you don't know what your opponent's doing right now. Like, he might assume things. He might drop a archer range. He might make skirms thinking it's archers. It's actually going to be scouts. Guys, I love this sneak dock. This is so good. Because galleys, you're focused on keeping the mass. You're focused on so many different things. And so he's looking for the fish now. He's like, I've got the superior navy, bruh. Yeah, I'm going to kill you, bruh. And then I don't know why I'm saying bruh. Then you don't know where to look. You think it's going to be hiding around here somewhere. Also, militia for Nahue. I think that's a misclick. I don't think he was planning on doing that. Unless he has been cooking up a strat. And he wants to try and go for feudal age longswords. That would be kind of nuts. You know the vills are here. That would be really interesting. Galleys are looping around to the north now for Nahue. Oh my god, the scouts were going to hop in the transport. Don't you? No, you don't get into that transport now, Uzzi. Uzzi should honestly click his transport somewhere else so he doesn't lose his fish, but he could save the transport. I've never seen someone transport scouts to the enemy starting island. I've seen archers. I've never seen scouts. What is happening right now? Transport ship, transport ship, transport ship, transport ship, transport ship. He loses it. Damn, that was crazy. It was being repaired and everything, and now Nahue comes over. Still doesn't have fletching. Still way harder to play galleys here. It's so difficult, but galleys with Armenians have that extra damage output, so it should win the water. And the land for Uzzi has not done much. So, we'll see if the fishing ships survive. Fishing ships are still around for Uzzi. For Nahue behind this. It's pretty inefficient, but still. This feels like there's enough defense on land to hold the position. While simultaneously, the water position's pretty good for the Argentinian. Ducks, don't ruin it. Guys, if I don't stream it this time again, it's because Ducks made an archer range joke. Don't ruin it. We're having a good time. All right? Don't bring up the bad memories. Though I will say, I'm really disappointed that this comment didn't rise to the top of the gambling video. Somebody commented that the Age of Empires 2 community is like their own little like oasis and island on the internet. And they're like, I really hope that doesn't change. And I replied to it. I don't think anyone saw it. And I said, well, hopefully it's not a neutral island. Am I right? And I was really hoping, like, when I make a joke like that, oh, transport, sneaky. I was really hoping that that comment that guy made would have hundreds of upvotes, and then my comment would have, like, hundreds of upvotes. I really wanted it, but I lost it. I didn't see anything. Sad times. Speaking of sad times, I mean, Uzzi scouts are over here. What are they doing, bro? I mean, maybe these things are going to pay off later in life. But these scouts did not peak in high school. Let me tell you that much. They tried to get into a transport ship. That almost went down. They went over here. There's full army waiting for them. Now they're over here, and they've got no purpose for now. But the Three Musketeers, can I name a group? Nah, I can't. That's sad. The Three Musketeers might play a role. Especially because he's bringing villagers this way. Okay, big play. Big play. He's won the water. His opponent's on the way to Castle Age. In Castle Age, knights can be made, and Uzzi can do different things. But Uzzi cannot save these vills as it stands because there's navy everywhere. We've got men-at-arms from Nahue. Now, longsword is achievable, is researchable in this age with this civ. But, I mean, I guess you don't need that. I guess full men-at-arms can also slaughter these vills. And Uzzi's never expecting this, man. Because I haven't seen this one yet. This is really cool. He might have to desperately try and bring that transport in. Hello! Hello, where's the transport? Transport is way down here. Villagers are running now. And he's going to run in here. He places a gate. And he's going to drop a tower. I mean, he's desperate to hold any control that he can here. I don't see it, man. That's a nice play from Uzzi to try and keep his vills alive. But what a play here from Nahue. He gets through. There's galleys around. Longsword upgrade is in. And every single villager over here will be killed. He does sacrifice his Castle Age time. Instead of going Castle Age, he made this army. So to me, that's worth it. But will being later to Castle Age be an issue? Uzzi does have the villagers over here. That's critical. Uzzi could drop a second TC. Uzzi actually, okay, keeps a vill alive. Next person to subscribe. I will name him after you. Okay, this is a big vill. This dude, I don't know his name yet. He's alive. He can keep the stable up with repairs. Could potentially build a monastery. Really big deal, actually. Okay, what do we got? WKV? Wikavy? Okay, Wikavy. There you go. Wikavy. There you go. I'll keep track of you, dude. Thank you very much. Thank you for the prime. That's a big deal. Like, this... I actually think Nahue could have potentially stuck around and taken out that stable. Now he's going to transport and try and send the longswords to Uzzi's starting island. He's making some spears to defend here. Uzzi's second TC is on the way, and it will be safe on this side. The Three Musketeers are still there. And there's the transport. This is the only dock that Uzzi had left, and that goes down. But Nahue still hasn't clicked up yet. So, I mean, the fact that he's not in Castle Age yet, his eco's still pretty good, but this does give Uzzi a lot of time, right? And Uzzi's also super heavy on stone, so he's planning for a castle. I don't know where. I think maybe just a castle on this island, because the army might come here at some point, would be the safe play. But it doesn't feel like a castle immediately changes things for him. And, oh, he didn't see this army somehow. Loses 2 more vills. The longswords get 3 more kills, actually. And, yeah, Uzzi's eco is really weak right now. Honestly, a castle drop here. Okay, there's Wakabi. Building the monastery. Oh, transport. Uzzi wants to escape. Uzzi wants to escape with everything, but the transport's been found. Huh? What? Bro. Okay, he was just kidding. He was just baiting him. He was just baiting him. It was for suspense. If this was television, we would have, like, ended the episode right as he passed the transport ship without seeing it. And we would milk that situation for another 4 episodes before we finally tell you what happens. I mean, obviously, Nahue has done enough damage. Does he know what to do with this position now? Can he finish off the game? Uzzi is essentially trapped here, which is a really awkward spot. Even losing the market is brutal. He's had to use the market so much to balance out his resources. Uzzi is clearly struggling because he hasn't attacked that weak scout yet. Is that scout about to get a kill right now? Nope. Nice little side plot. Castle will go up. Remember, there's no navy, there's no transport ship for Uzzi. But I'm wondering if Nahue feels a little restricted in terms of his island control right now. He needs to push this. It's honestly not a lot to push, though. He's going to go for two-handed swordsman. Remember, Armenians are the only civ that can do this in the Castle Age. Just like they're the only civ that can go for longsword and feudal. I mean, if he gets that, I don't see how these buildings stay alive. And Wakavi's probably going to die. Sorry, dude. Pikes and two-handed swordsmen. Dude, two-handed swordsmen look so much better than champions. When I was a noob, many a years ago, I would never upgrade to champion because I thought two-handed swordsman looked cooler. I also didn't upgrade to paladin. For a while, I thought cavalier looked better, but then unit stats became important, so kind of moved on from that. Nahue's got 35 military. Uzzi has 8. What do you even do? You hope for random conversions with the monks here. And you hope that you can keep your buildings alive over here for as long as possible, I guess. Uzzi's... Nahue's definitely playing this similar to how Uzzi played. Like, Uzzi definitely set up to kill fast and keep momentum in the previous game, and that's what Nahue's trying. But, like, I think the simple thing here is, well, just castle drop his TC. That's crazy. The 3 scouts pay off, by the way. They'll deny this TC, but there will be no escaping for Uzzi. Castle drop on his starting island. How do you like them apples? And then we've also got the army here. Davy's dead. Sorry, Davy with Davy. Davy's dead. Uzzi's dead. I think we're about to have a 1-1, man. This TC was really unnecessary, I'd say. You're completely fine in Nahue's position to just breathe. Build TCs over here. This is the island. You own this island now. And you're about to own this island. I mean, Uzzi's got 32 villagers on gold, 8 on wood, 0 on food, and 0 on stone. He did just get a little bit on food, but... honestly, I think what he's going to try is a transport and a castle drop on Nahue's starting island. Well, he needs to escape somehow. Does he still see the navies here? Uh-oh. He doesn't. Yeah, dude, he's making a transport right now. He's going to send it right into those ships. I mean, there's composite bowmen too, so Nahue's waiting for these vills. Nahue's never letting these things get away. I don't think he realizes just how big of a feast that is. All these buildings will get taken down by infantry. Okay, there go the vills. They're going to try the Great Escape. They have been told that if they meet on the shoreline at dawn, there will be a transport waiting for them. They were warned the conditions might be rough. Here they go. Well, will they still get into the boat? Because the boat's going to have some holes in it. Quite rough conditions. Now, do you wait for everybody here? How long do you wait? I'm not sure we like the people in the back that much. I feel like the people in the back aren't worth it. Yeah, screw them. They're not worth it. Let them die. Sorry, guys. You should have been faster. You know what they say? You just have to be faster than the slowest people. Well, alright, they're dead. Sorry, see ya. Enjoy. This game just looks so funny sometimes. That's great. Comes over here and immediately kills a rhino. That's all they wanted. Little hunting expedition. Well, What a response from Nahue. This feels like game over, right? 34 eco kills. Does kill the transport ship. Score difference is brutal right now. 5,300 score for Nahue and 2,700 score for Uzzi. But, like, this is an important game, and water can really inflate your score, and there's a lot of Navy, so I think Uzzi's telling himself, might as well just play on a little bit. It's kind of understandable, I guess. But I think this is one that, like, Nahue can't necessarily end right now. But as long as he focuses on his economy, he should be really far ahead here. Talk about sending a message. He went forward. He built the fortified church that gets the free relic on his opponent's island. He's going to steal that relic, I guess. Foxy says it feels like he wasted this civ. I don't think so. From what I understand with the draft, Uzzi picked Portuguese very late. Like I said, Portuguese are solid here, but there's not many civs that can compete with the Armenians. Armenians are easily, like, top 2, in my opinion. Maybe at least top 5. There could be some debate. The main thing Nahue needs to do, just boom on this island, just add eco, and then, unfortunately, it'll take some time, but you got to get imp, probably. Wait a second. Is Uzzi about to click? Bro! Okay, he's going to try Fatorias. He's down really bad with Vils. He's going to try Fatorias, guys. I don't know. I guess he's got to cram Fatorias onto this little island in the middle. That is the... I really like the attempt. Why not, right? Like, even if it's 1% chance, or even if it's 0.02% chance... Okay, 0.02, you should probably resign. But 1%. We're very happy with 1% being attempted on this channel. It's tough for Nahue. He wants the pressure, but there's organ guns. Organ guns are great against infantry. There's a castle around. Yeah, he's super heavy on stone, super heavy on gold. And Fatorias cost stone, and they cost gold. And Nahue will eventually reach imp on his own power with great economy. And from there, you can transport trebuchets over. You can still use your navy. He's still making more navy. I think maybe he just needs to patrol the navy he has properly around each island. It looks like he's starting to do that. Like, he'll find that dock. I think he's going to assume with that dock there that Uzzi's trying to retake water right now. Because he didn't know about that from earlier. This is funny, but he's bringing his infantry over, and he's just going to take down these houses. Which is actually a big deal, because Uzzi needs pop space for the Fatorias. What's up, Lord Zango? Thank you for the 14 months. Welcome back. Thank you, Maz. Yeah, more houses coming up from Uzzi. Barely has any wood right now. And now Nahuel's on the way up. Alright, how many Fatorias will he actually get? He's got the resources for 2 or 3 right now. He has more vills over here and houses over here he's going to lose. Sneak castle there from Nahue. And if Uzzi sees that, Uzzi can just treb it immediately. So it's the right idea, but scouts will find that. Organ guns could find that. And treb is on the way. Once the house is complete. There's Fatoria number 1. And Nahue can just play patient here, realistically. Like, Fatorias take so long to pay off. He's still probably fine. It's just an awkward map to truly kill the opponent. And it's a scary civ. You do have to get this right. Especially because Nahuel's island is a little bit smaller. There's less resources here overall. You enjoying the drums, guys? Listen. I like that instead of the dings, you know? We got, like, every time I click a dock, it's just, and a ship, it's a different bell. There's nothing else. I like the drums. I don't know where the drums are, but 2 Fatorias, not bad. I mean, 2 Fatorias. He's walling in his trebs because he doesn't really have a lot to defend them. You just gotta let him cook. But you have to build Fatorias in the middle of the island because you don't want cannon galleons to be able to range them. That's so funny. Now, this is a really big score gap for under 10,000 score. 8,400 score versus 3K. But it's not a bad thing. For Nahue, you get to feel control against this guy for a really long time. It's not a bad thing. This could help. And then Uzzi, it also kind of helps too, because you're like, I've been dead for a long time. We're just whatever. Mistakes were made earlier in the game. Nothing that happens now is really going to affect your mentality. Or one would assume. Yeah, this whole island has been completely cleared out. 3 Fatorias crammed into the middle of this island. And still it feels like Uzzi has next to no resources. But he will take down the castle. The champions and siege workshops coming in on the right side now. I mean, again, Uzzi has nothing. Uzzi's current pop space is what he needs to do. And he does. He 105s. He resigns. He tried. But when your most created unit is 5 monks, and when your second most created unit is 4 organ guns and 4 knights, that tells you numbers were an issue. Honestly, I don't think the scout play panned out. I guess he was trying to transport them over here, but that transport got sniped really early. Nahue did a really good job to snipe that and to snipe the fish. And then also the longsword play was sick, man. That was really, really cool. Longsword took out the base here. He ended up dropping the castle here. So he needed to respond. That was his number 1 civ. That was his number 1 strat, presumably. And he does. He dominated him. I am freaking obsessed with this map, guys. And here we are, game number 3. Evacuation. Players will need to eventually evacuate to the outside. Really difficult map to play. I don't have any stats to give you, so I'm just going to fake it and say that 69% of the time, the player who wins in game 3 in a best of 5 will win the series. Honestly, that might be pretty close to real stats right there. Winning this game is going to be huge. We've got the number 1 civ pick for Uzzi. We do have a later civ pick for Nahue, but still. Definitely a tough map to play, and this is a test of their multitasking. Because, like, game 1, you had that water opening, but then they just gave up on it for the most part, so it's just primarily land. Game 2, honestly, APM was pretty high in the previous game as well. But not as many ways to immediately pressure the opponent in the previous map. Here, your wood line could be exposed anywhere, and villagers could be exposed over here, fishing ships too, so definitely a lot at play. But I like the Japanese. The only thing about the Japanese I'd be concerned about is maybe their late game. The cheap lumber camps is really nice when you need to build a lot of them on these wood lines. Cheap lumber camps, cheap mills, cheap mining camps, all the early game bonuses. Even the fishing ships being tankier is really nice too, because there will be the occasional fire galley on water. This is a matchup we used to see a lot more before a lot more civs were introduced. And I find the savings that they have pretty equal. I forget the math on it. But for the Malians, every building is discounted by 15% wood. And so if you think about how many houses you need in Dark Age, everyone needs a lumber camp. Or let's say you get to 2 lumber camps, a mining camp, a barracks. You add that all up, and I think the savings is just about the same. Malian bonus scales better because you're just building tons of different buildings with wood. Might take till like early feudal for the Malian bonus to be better, but I like it. I like it a lot. The T90 who invented this map. The idea came from Hank the Super Nerd, who's one of the mods here. You don't see him around the channel too much right now. But Hank's helped on a lot of maps. And then it was Hank's idea, and basically I was like, I like this, I don't like this, and we tweaked it and tweaked it and tweaked it. I think I have played more games on this map than any other player in the world. Because, I mean, in order to make sure it was good, I played games with people. I was paying people to play me in AoE2. And play this map. So I played probably... Actually, you know what? Ozone says, nah, no way. Because people have been training hardcore for this. Ozone says I played more. All right, Ozone. I'm going to count that you probably have a second or two delay. I'm going to think about how many games I think I've realistically played on evacuation, okay? And then we can try and time it. Give me a second. I'll do a countdown. Oh, it was quite a while ago now. And I want to be honest, but I also want to win. Very conflicted. We'll go with full honesty. Okay. Little countdown. We'll go down to 0, okay? Whatever. I'm not going to count that. Just give me your number. I'm too lazy for that. I think I played about like 55, 60 games on this map. But different versions, right? So it's like the wood line, there was less wood. There was more wood. The distances were different. Like, so maybe like 55, 60 games on evacuation. That might be a little high. Maybe like 45, 50? I don't know. But anyways, I'm obsessed. And I'm really comfortable on the map. There's lots of little tricks. Like finding these cows can be really useful. The cows are all around on the outside here. But yeah, I completely forgot. I mean, even Uzzi and Nahue probably played maybe half a dozen games on this map probably in preparation. Captain Winter says T90 paid people to play. Is that what explains his elo? No, dude. I mean, it was in preparation for a big event, and the only way to properly know if a map is going to be good is you have to play it. And so I had in some cases paid people to play with me. Bypass, for example, was a concept that one was completely my idea. I was like, what if Hideout just had a gap through the middle, right? And so initially it had that, but then you could build in the middle, and then there was a wall there, or there wasn't a wall there. Lots of different versions. So usually I like to play test the map. I think I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't play as much as some of these other guys who've been training. So scouting is king here, and Nahuel's scout needs to move forward and find this right now. And talk about practice. He knows what he's looking for. Look at that. So good. So good. You need to know where those things are coming, and expected from the Japanese. Now, I like the wall here. Reminder that cracked terrain means... That's another thing we experimented with, is if we wanted cracked terrain or not. Cracked terrain does mean the buildings will go down very quickly. Buildings on cracked terrain are weaker. It feels a little ambitious to try and full wall this. I like the wall here to prevent the units from getting to this outside lumber camp. But trying to full wall here is crazy. Someone says, map looks like a dude in a green shirt has a hole in the back of his jeans. I shouldn't have read that, because now I can't look at the game. Map looks like, what was it? A dude in a green shirt that has a hole in the back of his jeans. You mean like, you're saying he's wearing chaps? Is that what you're saying? Okay, well, that's the last time I read Twitch chat for a minute. Walls are up for Nahue here. It wasn't actually completed, but Uzzi just assumed it was walled. That's crazy that he got that wall down. But that was not what Uzzi wanted at all. Uzzi, by the way, has not evacuated. So again, another game where it feels like Uzzi really wanted to take the momentum, but when you run into the walls, it's not what you want at all. Usually you want these man-at-arms to give you value elsewhere. You want to go out here. He did scout that. Guys, you don't see it. You just think it's funny. We're not calling this map Assless Chaps. That's not happening. And Nahue only has 3 fishing ships back here. Uzzi's actually going up to 5 or 6. He's also adding a second dock. He isn't walled, though, so archer counterattack could be an issue for him. So he actually needs to keep a really close eye on these archers right now. And honestly, you do need to confirm if your opponent has skirms or something, but if I'm walled like this, I immediately would want to counterattack. He's going to go look and see if there's a follow-up here. That's been very safe, very defensive, but potentially too safe and too defensive. Would be really funny if he... Yeah, here he comes now. Well, he actually does see the army here, and he's worried about that. I was going to say, it would be really interesting if he goes to raid the outside and there's nothing there, but Uzzi does have villagers there. And this is what I mean, guys. Look at how fast this house is going down here. These units are going to be in. Only because of the crack terrain and Japanese man-at-arms speed. But Uzzi gets in. All the archers need to chase. Uzzi doesn't even have fletching, and he's through. Nahue has fletching. The player's still focused on the fire galleys. And that is a gate. Nahue loses the scout. I mean, they're both going to lose the scout, I guess. Is this going to work out? Oh, no. That's so... Oh, no. Oh, no, dude. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, and there's villagers here. Oh, God. The archers are just chasing. Guys, look at the eco and look at the balance from Uzzi. We have only seen the scouts go down in this game, and I think just now a fire galley. But he, even though he hasn't killed a lot, has just controlled the game so nicely here. The skirms and the man-at-arms will maybe get picked off here. Nice micro from Nahue. But there's just been no offensive pressure from Nahue whatsoever here. And the man-at-arms are killing. The man-at-arms are owning right now. That's super worth it. On water, Uzzi repairs. His fish are always going to be alive because he's Japanese. And as long as Uzzi is walled back at home, which he is, has a couple skirms around for any potential archers, he should be good. Uzzi's playing this like a home map. And that was the same with Nahue. He looked comfortable. Oh, God. I say Uzzi's playing this like a home map, and he misclicks the boar. Oh, wait. Okay. I got real spooked for a second. I didn't realize those were villagers. Okay, well. Oh, man. Okay, well. Actually, you know what? If the skirm didn't hit that boar, would it have died there? Or would it have survived for one more second and killed that villager? Interesting. This guy is off to explore the world before he dies. He's always wanted to hike the tallest mountain. And, well, he can't find it. The map that they gave him is outdated. And so he was so close. And yet so far. But the point is, A, I'm tired, which is why I tend to focus on really stupid stuff when I'm tired. But B, he's got so much control. Oh my God, kill that Vil. Kill that Vil. Kill her. Kill her. No, wrong one. Boom. That's crazy. That's crazy. No way, man. I mean, I just don't know if he knew that Vil was weak. I just think he ended up finding it right there. I don't think he knew ahead of time. Man-at-arm dies. Hey, this castle age difference is pretty significant here. And Uzzi has more ships on water. Those archers from Nahue never were able to do anything offensively. No pressure out here. No real pressure here. And when Uzzi's in castle age, he'll all but win water, I think. He does have a pretty big navy to upgrade. What's up, Jeremy? He says, can Jake see the stables? Jake? Who's Jake? Stables? I don't see no stables. Welcome to the stream, though, Jeremy. I don't know what on earth you're talking about. War Galley is coming in. We now have Bodkin, and we have Cav Archers as the choice for Uzzi. Japanese Cav Archers can be very strong. Nice demo there from Nahue. Some of these fires were patrolled earlier, and they didn't get patrolled with the group, so he's out of position right now, but that's fine. And yeah, he's pretty much won water. The downside with Cav Archers, though, is it takes a lot of time to mass them, especially out of 2 ranges. I think that these archers, if upgraded to crossbow, could still do some pretty nice damage. Would have maybe been better for Uzzi to just play into skirms. I just think he hasn't seen enough archers to know that this is an actual threat. And so, a little late to reacting there. 2 villagers down. 3 villagers down. And now he's just got his skirmishers over here now, and Cav Archers are just not in a high enough number to deal with that right now. I could easily throw this game in Uzzi's position. And I say throw because he's got a slight lead. Like, this could easily fall apart for him. I really struggle in these situations. Like, I'm a big Cav Archer guy, but trying to get the Cav Archer mass against crossbow is really difficult when they can pressure you like this. The second TC for Nahue. Ballistics is also on the way. Like, Malian Ballistics, super speedy. That'll be in 15 seconds. This is a problem, man. And Cav Archers do not have bloodlines. The weakness of Cav Archers is against the crossbow timing. So if you're ever dying to crossbow Cav Archers, which might be some of you, it's because you're not quite hitting them fast enough. Because they have to get to Castle Age before they mass these, right? So it's all about applying that pressure. Obviously easier said than done. Yeah, Ballistics is in. So yeah, that Cav Archer's down. And now Uzzi's like, ooh, do I stay on Cav Archers? Because he doesn't have gold right now. He's dropping another tower. This is all some really nice time for Nahue to just chill. Chill 2 TCs. He doesn't have the fish, but he doesn't necessarily need it. Uzzi needs to put his navy here. Units are going to walk to the outside. Uzzi needs to have navy there to stop the units from crossing over. That's one of the benefits of having water. No freaking way, bro! Oh my goodness, my heart just jumped out of my chest. But Nahue saw it. But same deal, though. Imagine if he has the fires there, too. Fires could have actually prevented these crossbows from moving over. Double tower from Uzzi. Siege Workshop now as well. Oh, and the Cav Archers got through here, and I missed it. Cav Archers ran right through. That is not fully walled. And Cav Archers can now run to the outside. Oof. Crossbows killed some vills, but ran into the tower fire. What a game. This feels to me like it will go Imperial Age. Neither player is able to... Like, both players have a really good setup. Both players have the potential to do some damage, but not enough to end the game. This is still a relatively small group of crossbows, and a lot are weak. This massive CA, same deal. Not really the biggest group, and there's a TC here. Now, wood control is an issue for Nahue off this wood line, but he's going to build a TC there on that wood line, and on near the boar, and near the golds. And then over here, he's run into another tower. Oh, man, the towers have been great for Uzzi this series. Reminds me of game number 1. He just built towers everywhere. And there's a TC number 3. Nahue completes the TC, and 50 eco for him, 57 eco for Uzzi. Uzzi is redocking, and he's repositioning fish. So being able to add fish right now is a pretty big bonus, especially with the Japanese. But eventually you do need to either fish trap those or farm. So it's good for now, but not necessarily forever. Whereas farms are going to be good forever. Eco upgrades are also not great for either player right now. And crossbows for Nahue will come here. I think you can't go back on water now if you're Nahue. Your opponent has 6 fires everywhere. That ship has sailed, literally. I think he's doing the right things. Get pressure on land with the crossbows. Because players are so far away from each other, I don't mind a 4th TC sometimes on this map. So that's something both players can consider. And, well, those crossbows are dead. Mostly. But not the best for Nahue. Uzzi definitely with the lead. Crazy Gamer, what's up? Says, finally catch a live stream. Love your content. Thank you, T90. Thank you, Crazy Gamer. Welcome. Is it bad if I want coffee at 8:30 p.m.? That sounds really good right now. Probably not good for my sleep, but then again, I had so little sleep last night that I think I'd still be tired in 4 hours. I don't know. You're not my mom. People who said no? I wasn't asking for permission. This just gets really uncomfortable now. He's sending villagers to the outside, and these fires are always here. I think Nahuel's got to somehow push all of his pressure in the north, but that's an issue too, right? He has this group of crossbows. He can't get over there to pressure the mainland. So almost needs more ranges. More ranges up here, so we can move the crossbows. Uzzi's Cav Archer mass has never really been there. There's 2 random cav archers. One will get sniped. At least almost. Yeah, the issue is I'd have to go make the coffee, and that requires me to leave the PC. So I guess probably no coffee. I'll just drink water, I guess. So exciting. This is actually something that can add up. Make a couple monks anyways, and then you can convert the fires. Uzzi will not want to give up some fire ships there. Uzzi 26 on food, Nahue just 13, and the crossbow's trying to escape. Uzzi should roll a little bit further and then attack rounds. Or you can just do that. If you're wondering what Nahue was doing, he was looking at the market. Buying and selling res at the market in that exact second, and crossbows, goodbye. Yeah, and now cav archers are starting to feel pretty good because the cav archer mass is I mean, it's at 10. It's not really a mass, but it's getting there. He's really underplayed the army count on land here, Uzzi. Like, I guess he's factoring in he can go for towers all the time, but keep waiting for him to have more. Nahue says towers are a good idea, man. Drops a tower here, drops a tower here. We'll have the guard tower upgrade. Guard towers with ballistics. Uzzi can't do anything in the back of this eco now. Uzzi would have to run through this way, I guess. Yeah, Nahue needs to keep track of this. I'm noticing this is a trend. Definitely needs to be farming or taking wood with all these vills, but that's not exactly what you want to do. It's tough. Tyrion says, I keep forgetting this game doesn't auto lock on follow camera like StarCraft does when casting. It does, I just don't really use it. So I could go observer mode if you want. And I just will cast. And I'll watch everything move slowly like this. And then, oh, look, the monks are converting. And I'll switch to that. And now the villager's dying. And I'll switch to that. I'm not doing it like a pro, but playing this game and like controlling the game is too ingrained into me, and so I need to have control. I need to move around. Then big shot there. Okay, what do you want to die to? Choose your way of death. Well, you choose both there, I guess. That was awesome. I mean, that's a tough spot to be in. I really don't see how those crossbows are ever supposed to survive. Sheesh. Demo and Megano. Let's go. Told you that area was dangerous, guys. You might think these lily pads are safe. Not at all. Monks are still thinking about the random conversion on the fires. Resources collected is actually tied right now. 22,000 resources. Just gone up a little bit for Nahue. So he's definitely doing a good job with his eco. And again, he's really cooking back here. He has stone, he has gold, and there's nothing cav archers could do to pressure this. You would need something more. You would need something that maybe starts with a C and ends with Assel to change the situation. And here comes Uzzi. I mean, Uzzi's, he wouldn't say castle. How do you say castle in Spanish? Castile? Castile? Yeah. Or is that Spanish? I don't know. Not C and asshole. C and Assel. Chat. Castillo. Okay. Listen, chat. Let me just say, there are times I think, man, I should have just recorded this as a video. You guys are so damn quick. You don't even give me a second. just immediately. That's so funny. Yeah, that castle's huge. I mean, Nahue isn't... Whoa! Hello! All right. There's a castle over here now. Castle. I mean, this doesn't really matter anymore for Uzzi. So he can truly just evacuate this and apply all the pressure up here in the north. My goodness. First treb is on the way. This castle will definitely complete. There's no army up here for Nahue. I think I would play, like, stables, I guess. Like, what armies are you going to make? Archer ranges. Ah, that's so much pressure. It's crazy he went from 0 castles to 2 in, like, the blink of an eye. And we'll be taking this stone. Imp TC is here, so I think Nahue will make it to Imp. But he's kind of surrounded right now. Yeah, I think relics in the middle islands are really underrated here. That can be something that pays off long-term for yellow. Also, these golds. There's always 2 golds in the middle. So, with how much players are saying they practice this map, I imagine, and I know these 2 should be prepped. They definitely should know it's 2 golds and the relics are there. God, man. Cav Archers not having bloodlines is just a sorry sight. That's the thing about CA, though, is you do need a lot of different upgrades from them. You need upgrades from the stable and the blacksmith and the range. And they're not cheap. There's quite a few towers, and Nahue's making quite a few skirms. He is housed, but he's probably going to sort that out. And he will make it to Imp. There is a demo waiting here for Uzzi, so that demo is just waiting for any units that might try and run across. Also, Uzzi did redock again at some point, I think. His fishing ships are getting kind of inefficient. I don't know, man. Uzzi's food eco isn't that impressive right now. His push is doing wonders, but I think behind this, he needs to be adding farms. But it's tough when you're spending wood on so many different things. Will 3 relics do anything for yellow right now? Not really. Like, he needs to push this back. I think bombard cannons and skirms are a good option for him. And chemistry's 30 seconds away. The Uzzi's going to drop towers now. So, I mean, that's a tower he probably needs to bail on. Uzzi? Well, actually, the skirms are missing a lot. Skirms haven't killed anything yet. Tower could go up. If he gets Yasama and gets guard tower and keep and murder holes and all those techs, towers is a great play with Japanese. And he's got more stacked up on this side. The Trebs are taking down the guard towers from Nahue. Nahue is just now going to make some hand cannons. He has no eco now. Everything is super vulnerable. Uzzi will add the farming eco I wanted to see. Uzzi's Trebs have just melted everything. I mean, bombard cannons is what the plan was here for yellow, and he is queuing some from these 2 siege workshops, but his eco efficiency is brutal. If you're farming here, it's not a good sign, especially if you don't have the water control again. This feels like Uzzi's doing the right things here. If you think you're not quite in a position where you're going to completely end the game, and your opponent's kind of having a last stand moment, it's sometimes better to just kind of be happy with the ground that you've gained and focus on the eco behind. So he's added 2 more TCs. He's clearly thinking, I've got so much of the map. Let him come at me for a second and let me solve some of my eco problems. Especially when you've taken down your opponent's TCs. So you're at 4 TCs against like 1 right now. This is a good play when you're up against the bombard cannon play. The bombard cannons are here. Rams take down the tower. Trebuchets do have Yasama. Still no bloodlines for Uzzi. His Cav Archers are so weak right now. This is why you go for the eco, because mistakes are going to be made. That's really messy engagement, honestly, but I still think he's probably fine with it. Bombard cannons are just going to have to micro a little bit here away from the Trebs. The Trebs fire so fast now with Yasama. And, or sorry, Kataparuto, rather. And here we go. Yeah, Nahue's pushing back a little bit. Still down by 20 vills. But there are some positives. I mean, he could still get the relics over here. He could still take the gold over here. Actually could farm in the middle now. And Uzzi is going to make mainly skirmishers right now. But the weakness for Japanese is they cannot make bombard cannons. The late game's actually extremely awkward. Nice snipe there. The Trebs are so annoying. I think there's not many things more frustrating than losing your bombard cannons to Treb shots. It's like the inaccuracy of the Trebs and the fact they don't always hit the same spot makes it really difficult to judge. And look at how fast that Treb packed up there, man. I like that from Uzzi. He's almost using his Trebs like bombard cannons. He knows they could just move them around. Look at all the different balls flying through the air, and now he has to dodge them all. Oh, he's doing it somehow. Uzzi more upgrades. Uzzi more farms. Uzzi more skirms. Uzzi more Cav Archers. And Nahue is running out of space. Can't seem to really breathe right now. Eventually, it's going to click for him. Another Treb gets saved. And he's missing certain upgrades, you would think. But he just hasn't built a stable all game. His economy's... Oh, no, he's got stables now. Okay. I was going to say his economy's getting more stable. But he needs military to be stable. Even Light Cav, I wouldn't hate here to raid. Yellow has very little space here. I wouldn't mind trying to think about shifting back down here or something. But he's going for keep. We have Parthian tactics now for the Cav Archers. More towers. When you leave this much of the map, you should almost always win the game. And if you're farming pathetically in the corner like this, you're probably going to lose. As cool as that looks like a nice little screenshot. Right before the Trebs, though. Not so nice anymore. Microlith says, don't you need a stable to make Cav Archers? No, you actually make them from the archer range. Which I think could be confusing, right? It's not like Stronghold where you need to, like, get the horses from the stable and then take them to the archer range or an armory or something. There's no horses at the archer range, but you somehow can make Cav Archers from it. Just AoE2 things. Imagine, though, if you had to, like, take the Light Cav to the archer range and then decide if you wanted to upgrade it to a Cav Archer. It'd probably be more realistic, but obviously would change the game a lot. I don't think I've ever seen someone have so little space on this map and still have 150 pop. Like, he's reverse evacuating right now. He's about to have more resources on the starting barren island than the outside island. That's funny. Any Office fans here? This is like a snip snap, snip snap, snip snap. You have no toll what you have no idea the toll that 3 evacuations have on a man. Big time evac. Also, the blinking on this castle has really bothered me. I've seen it too. Someone in chat pointed it out. The castle can't range that tower. And so I keep thinking there's a Treb or something hitting the castle, but it's just the tower. Yeah, here's the reverse evacuation, but I think this game will end. Uzzi, who needs bloodlines? Japanese, back in the day, didn't have bloodlines on their Cav Archers. Uzzi's been around long enough to remember that. So he's used to this. And they're still really strong otherwise. He did snipe some bombard cannons. He does still have his Trebs here. And with no bombard cannons to potentially snipe the Trebs, and with 6 Trebs from Uzzi, there is a bombard cannon there. I think Uzzi could probably push this right now. I don't even think that bombard cannon's going to be enough. Honestly, I think the Trebs will click that. I think eventually the bombard cannon will go down, and he'll just run out of steam there. Well played from Uzzi. He honestly played so much better in Feudal, and it benefited him in Castle Age big time. The Cav Archers got a little awkward there in early Castle Age. I think Nahue did a good job, but I think the big issue I noticed for Nahue was he didn't have the water, and so he couldn't freely move his army and villagers back and forth here. There was a situation where he had 12 army here and 12 army here, and he needed them like all to be in one spot, and he couldn't meet up. So that was the benefit from the water control there from Uzzi. But yeah, I really liked how Uzzi took map control in Castle Age. But Feudal Age, he just had full control. Like, it was crazy. Uzzi was the one who was not walled. Uzzi actually had worse army, but he's just running around, and Nahue was always chasing him. Nahue has to find counterattacks faster. In Game 1 and Game 3 now, he has opportunities where he could just like wall out an army or just maybe not leave as much at home and counterattack. He needs to do that. Otherwise, I think Uzzi's going to end up taking the series. So game number 4, Uzzi's number 1 pick, maybe, no, I think it's his number 2 pick, Georgians. I mean, Georgians are a crazy good civ. This is not a common pick. Normally you're seeing civilizations that have good Navy bonuses, but also civilizations that can play in towards bombard cannons and Trebs really well. Now, what you do have is that mule cart, and that mule cart can really help with fast start. And also, many times players, what they're doing on this map, guys, is they're booming at home. Big eco. And then they try and run out to the gold last second. And then they try and fight with gold units. So they get to the gold, they want to fight for the gold, and guess what? They don't have the gold, and then they lose their first 2 traps, and then they're dead. That's what happens to a lot of people. I think that going for a really big economy and just Hussar spam, it could be pretty solid here. So maybe he's going to take his time getting to the gold. We'll see. At the very least, I wouldn't mind seeing some light cav and some scouts and castle age trying to deny the gold area and protect some of these relics, maybe. Chainfire, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. Obviously a tough topic. I don't know if it's a full moon out there or what, but there will be another serious discussion T90 video in the next couple days, my friends. Pretty crazy stuff. We'll get to that soon enough. But it has been amounting to a lot of stress for me. But yeah, you'll just keep an eye out, I guess. Two tiles of gold is all you need at the start. You're really hoping that both your 2 tiles are accessible. This is definitely much better for Nahue here. You don't always have a guarantee of this. You get the potential to wall here, and then it's both safe and the stone. So this is actually a slightly better map for Nahue. This is more common. I'd say 50% of the time this happens. And so this is just not a gold that Uzzi can realistically count on. Even this gold's not great, but we would really have put way more time and effort into trying to balance that if Feudal Age meta made any sense here, and it just really doesn't at this level, so that's uncomfortable for Uzzi. That's very good for Nahue, but it shouldn't play a big role in whatever start they tend to go for here. Now, Uzzi already has fishing ships out. Remember, you have the sea tower here that can protect your fish. So that's why even Feudal Age Navy isn't seen that frequently, though it can still be a solid strat. And actually, I think Nahue will go for Feudal Age Navy. Because he's going fast castle. He's just building his dock away from the sea tower. And all of his fish are going to be unprotected for just no reason. So this is a smart play. When the going gets rough later on in the game, you're probably going to have the second dock, and then you can have your fish underneath the tower. So it's a nice little trick. And these details add up. This map is all about tiny little moments. Like, losing your scout on this map is brutal. I think this map... I've played a couple games. I've seen a couple games where, yeah, losing the scout is just a complete game changer. Because when you're in the dark and you don't know if your opponent's going to have anything out here, you just won't go out. You're going to go for the safe approach, and you're going to hope you can get to the gold later. What's up, Varian? Hola? ¿Cómo estás? Yeah, I think Fast Feudal's incoming for Nahue. Will he get Loom at all? Or will he try and drop off without it? I mean, he could get Loom here and avoid some of this idle time, but he's up. And he'll probably queue up Loom after Feudal. This feels like double dock from both. Double dock from both. Oh, man, this doesn't happen all the time. Like, double dock, if you both open galleys, you then are going to feel like you just have to continue to produce galleys to beat the other player's galleys. Does anyone remember what it was last season of Titans League? I was so freaking annoyed. I think it was like gold. Oh, I remember. It was freaking Andy. Freaking Andy. It was Andy against... I forget who it was, but basically, they both just YOLO'd galleys here, and then they ran out of gold. And neither player had ever prioritized this. And I was just sitting there like, maybe you don't need to make that many boats. Who's these villagers walking over here like the dock's going to go on this side? Oh, it was Hart versus Andy. Oh, man, that was a painful one. That was early stages where before people really had figured out some things. But it makes sense. Like, if you're both going for the same exact build, you want to beat the other guy. So they just this never-ending cycle. Nahue doesn't have Loom queued at all. Interesting as well that the villagers are not on gold yet. No, they are now. Okay. So you see what I mean? Now, Nahue can move the fish underneath the sea tower and be safe. But okay, they're both going galleys. I mean, Korean chips are cheaper. So this should be better for them. The Georgians have the flexibility of the mule cart, though. What's your opinion on moving the loom technology to Imperial Age? My first thought would be why? If you can give me a good reason why, then we can continue the discussion. Hey, maybe we'll have a test. Because Nahue hasn't clicked it yet. I mean, he's getting by with essentially one more villager because he didn't click it yet. But now he's going to have one less villager. And that was good heads-up play from Uzzi. He's also Georgians, too, so his scout regenerates. Now, well, attack back, dude! Attack back! Was it worth it? Was the greed worth it? No, it wasn't. If there was one thing that I appreciate in AoE 2, it is when greed gets punished. Because I feel like greed doesn't get punished enough. And Uzzi's got to be really happy with that. Also, that he'll be happy with the fact that that galley's weak. He wants to kill and he'll get it. But he should lose his own galley now as well. Yeah, he does. The scout for Nahue's around. Scout for Nahue is actually pretty weak. You do not want to lose this scout. You cannot lose this scout. The scout's so valuable. You cannot lose the scout. He wants the Vil. He wants the Vil. He wants the Vil. He wants his revenge. He's going to get his revenge. Oh, they're microing on water right now, by the way. I mean, they are full focus there for sure. And Scout's still running around, and now both players have killed 2 eco this game. I hate the risk, though. He's going to miss out. Oh, my freaking God. Now, bro. Sorry, guys. I'm very opinionated. I just feel like that not having that Scout is going to cost him. Look, immediately after that, Uzzi's going to add a Rax. He would never go barracks if his opponent could see it and sense the switch. But now he's got an opportunity because his opponent will never see it. I think we could see an archery range here. He could see if his opponent's walled. It's unorthodox. It makes sense. When the scout goes down, you just bring the Vil. This is something that certain players used to do all the time back in the day. It's kind of rare these days. He's just going for a blacksmith now. So maybe the barracks is nothing. But okay, stable at home. And now another villager's here. And Uzzi shouldn't get that kill. And Uzzi will lose his scout. Okay. Not a good day for scouts. Not as big a deal, of course, because he can just make more of them. And in Nahue's case, he's not building up towards that at all. Nahue does have more galleys. I think Uzzi is giving up on water right now. Because he's run underneath the sea tower for the fish. And he saw those galley numbers and just thought, I won't compete. So let's just snipe those fishing ships so he doesn't have the eco. And he gets them. Nahue will know that. That's pretty clear. And now he can add a couple fishing ships again. And move forward to try and snipe these. But still concerned for yellow. He doesn't have the knowledge the opponent will have a stable. But honestly, eco's looking pretty good. Has the farms coming up now. Still has the berries remaining. We'll have a lot of fishing ships that are pretty much uncontested. He does have to micro a lot to take down these fishing ships, but super worth it. Just run underneath the sea tower. Take some damage. Back off a little bit. Uzzi has just sent all of his idle villagers to a task at home, forgetting about that Vil, and she almost walked right into the galleys. That's a big deal. Players will use select all idols sometimes. That's what that seemed like. And also, 2 villagers headed this way now for Uzzi. What's the plan for these 2 Vils? I mean, clearly he's got a Vil over here. He doesn't have any vision over here, so I think he wants to now have an idea of what's happening there. Scout will be out. Scout will double check that. And Nahue, just remember, he doesn't know his opponent will have the scouting. One of these golds is outside of his walls, so the clock is kind of ticking. Big difference in the castle age times. Also, big difference in the economies because Nahue has fish. What is Uzzi's plan, man? Is this a siege push against Koreans? I mean, if you were to make a list of civilizations you don't want to try and siege push in Castle Age, Koreans would be at the top of the list. Feels like that's what this is. I mean, it can work because it's so outlandish that, I mean, your opponent's never going to expect it. And with the scout out here, he could also find the stone is exposed. So it's not like his opponent can mine the stone. Hasn't seen it yet. This stone's very mineable, though. He's going to build a siege workshop here. Yeah, and you know what? He's pressuring the gold. So he's got vision on this side. And then he's going to have vision on this side. And that's a church. And this will be monks. This will be siege. I would like to see Nahue build a tower here and just go to stone. 2 or 3 villas to stone. Build a tower here. You already have fletching. Guard tower can kind of shut this down. It doesn't give you the map back. That's going to be an issue, but I think a tower is more than fine. You just got to build it before the siege comes up. And then what you'll need is you're going to eventually want to make the risk over here. But it's interesting because Uzzi's kind of thinking about that. I would really like to see Uzzi get Town Watch right now, so the houses have more vision, and also drop outposts over here. Really surprised he's not going for a tower? I guess he's shifting onto stone so he can go for a castle eventually. I like the position for Nahue, or sorry, for Uzzi now. The spearmen get converted. These 2 villas are just going to chill here. And Uzzi's probably like, where are the towers, bro? It doesn't seem to be an option that Nahue really considered. Could have stayed on the wood line as well. Maybe I'm wrong. Rocket card in defense for Nahue. Every time he spends gold. You have to keep thinking about that. He doesn't have these 2 tiles of gold here. And his other gold is back here, and he's got 600 gold remaining. So he's just spent like 1/7 of his gold on these monks. He starts to lose units that could be problematic. Uzzi still doesn't have the gold locked down either. Still no town center on these areas. Could maybe go to the north. So, positionally, Nahue's still more than fine. And being up on stone like this means he could make a move. Bring his army, maybe head over to that gold. Fire Lancers are a nice choice against the Light Cav. Ooh, but the Light Cav are going to run in? And no, they won't. Nahue just shuts the door behind. Damn, dude, his quick walls are crazy. No wonder he picks yellow. I pick yellow. My quick walls are not like Vipers. So don't try it. Barracks goes down before 2 more Fire Lancers come out. So that kind of hurts for Nahue. He's building another one on the back. And Uzzi's building another church here for vision and just control on this area. And he's dropping a TC there on the gold. And now we have a guard tower. Man, I feel like Nahue's just not really in his comfort zone right now because of this pressure. And I know him really well. Not a player you normally see embrace the defensive side all that well with like towers and such. Never mind. I'm getting way too bent out of shape over nothing. The tower's going to go up. He's fine. He's completely fine. Yeah, I know him well, Nahue. Siege could get sniped. And no, he deletes it. The villagers will repair, but the rocket cart shot hits. Yeah, okay, so going this way is not possible now. Not an option for you whatsoever if you're yellow. This side is everything now. And Uzzi kind of sees this. Uzzi, of course, is prepared to deal with whatever it is, but can he stop a whole castle? If the Light Cav come over, he might be able to. Let's see. There's no vision here for yellow, except for on that church. And there's a monk starting a conversion. Oh, God. And by God, I mean the Lord. Could it be a doubt castle? He needs his quick walls now. He needs his quick walls now. Okay, quick gates, palisades, like have her here. He has no army here. No, and the gate goes down. Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And this is what Uzzi wanted. Takes the one side. Knows his opponent is always going to come to the next. The light cav will find the Vil kills. The light cav will kill the monk as well. And he is about to run out of gold. Like right now. He's got 150 gold left. I mean, he can sell a little bit. He does have a nice Vil lead. The castle's still sitting there at 30%. Light cav aren't that good against Lancers, so he could still come over. It feels like he has to complete this. Monk will go for another conversion, which it will probably get. But okay, the gate. The gate's interesting. But the gate goes down, and the light cav... Well, he's thinking about it. See, guys, I would not have the patience there. I would just take the fight. I would just fight it. I would lose my light cav, and then I would probably have problems. But he's just going to back up. I mean, Koreans. War wagons, not easy to deal with. Potential of guard towers, not easy to deal with. Nahue has the eco lead because of the fish and the additional Vils. And I'm shocked, but like Uzzi never even TC'd up here. Uzzi's been super focused on his attacks. Has not been heavy on the eco here. He just wants to play with churches? I guess just churches everywhere is the strategy. I think Armenians would be pretty decent with that because you can make warrior priests. We haven't actually seen many monks. Church is up. A lot of villagers going down on the guard tower. Guard tower gets canceled, but Mangonel's now down. Another Mangonel's not on the way for Uzzi. Uzzi is still kind of pressuring this TC, but he'll lose the Mangonel. He's too focused. Yeah, loses the Mangonel in the last second. I like Nahue's position. Tower beats church. Military beats faith. Well, actually, that's not true. I played one too many arena games that prove me wrong on that. But the eco's looking good. It's looking all right anyways. He's bringing everything over to the golds. He wasn't necessarily certain about defending with guard towers before, but he is now. Yeah, Nahue's got golds. And he's here to stay. And it makes it bad for Uzzi because Uzzi only ever TC'd this gold. He's going to try and build a church again. I mean, they don't automatically fire. Yes, you can garrison inside of them. Yes, they're really good in, like, niche situations, but I'm going with towers all the way here, man. Ooh, and war wagons. War wagons going into raid the eco right now. Nahue snipes the villager. Well played. He's also going to build a tower over here now. That's interesting. I think Uzzi's struggling right now. His game plan was to just completely constrict the opponent and prevent him from ever getting to the golds. And it almost worked had he denied the castle, but the decision from Nahue to go super heavy onto stone and bring everything over here was sick, and he's going for another castle. It'll go up. There's too many vills here. This castle will go up. Monks will convert a wagon here, maybe. But double castle war wagon production is now possible. And in a game where Uzzi really needs to focus on his food eco and his villagers, it's going to be really tough for him to do that when he basically needs monks everywhere. Mangonel came out. Everything's missed time. Mangonel goes down to the castle. 2 castles from Nahue. Like, and even this tower's here too. Like, he should definitely win this game now. His starting TC's being rammed, which is hilarious. But a couple fire lancers come out of the barracks, repairs the TC. Ram will go down. What do you do right now if you're Uzzi? I mean, I will say this. I was wondering why Georgians. And while I'm not fully in love with the strat, and it hasn't worked out here, he has actually like used the uniqueness of his civ. He's played in towards Cav. He's played in towards churches. So, I mean, there is some logic to it. Clearly, he's tried to execute the game plan here. I think Uzzi really needed, like, the only way that he had a chance in this game is he could at least be over here. But the fact that he's not right now because of 2 really weak war wagons and 1 villager is a bad thing. I think Nahue has the right idea with the war wagons. This is still kind of a pain over here. I wonder if there's a chance that you can actually just come back here and clear this up. Probably not. I think you need to apply all your pressure right here on this TC. Because Uzzi's still here. Okay, war wagon. One of them was converted. The other one's being healed. So tower actually gets denied over here. So that's good. But there go the war wagons. And they're going to run through the middle. Now, he's had all this water control. He never really made anything to take care of the sea tower. But you could just go right through the middle. This is experience for you. Yesterday, I think, I was watching a game, and it didn't seem like the players knew they could do this. Yep. That's sick. It makes it look so easy, right? Just right through the middle. Over to where that tower was. And then right to the main base for Uzzi. Or, I mean, he does have churches everywhere. But he can't have monks everywhere. Here... Well, maybe he can. Gets 1 conversion. Hello, Nahue? Okay. He was distracted. Again, guys, when you're looking at the top 10, you're not used to seeing that. These guys are just at, like, 60th in the world, all right? Cut them some slack. Yeah, big raid over here from Nahue, and now he sees a castle from Uzzi. Uzzi is actually going to try and go imp. Imp with no gold. Or imp with very little gold. I think if you see this castle, you kind of know what Uzzi's going to try. Because he's got nothing else. So I would just play full rams. Double siege workshop ram with wagons. The pathing is going to be brutal here. But you're nowhere near imp yourself. You just hold against this and you win this game. And we go to game 5. What's up, Bed of Roses? Thank you. Gold Leader, thank you. Defense. Kipper. Bobby Tables, thank you. Chainfire, welcome back. Nah, I don't know if Uzzi has the eco for Manaspa. Uzzi's 8 gold miners are here. Getting hit by a tower right now. He will barely have enough gold for a trebuchet or 2. And credit to Uzzi, he does see the siege workshop, so he knows it's probably going to be rams, so he's starting to wall it up. But I don't know, man. His eco is just so weak in comparison. If he would have had a mangonel a little bit faster on the right side, that castle never goes up, and it's probably GG. Maybe instead of the churches, he could have gone for the siege workshop a bit earlier. Everything's easier said than done. Everything's all about the critical timings here. I mean, Uzzi is stonewalling, but he's like... He's walling himself out from the gold as well, right? The war wagons are here. Another castle from Nahue? That's crazy. And he does have rams ready to go. So he's going to make his move. He definitely knows imp is on the way. It's like got far too quiet here. Suddenly Uzzi's doing nothing. War wagons are into the back of the eco now too. I think I'd want to keep something parked over here. Maybe just get some vills over there. But even without it, Nahuel's still got so much access to gold, right? T90, thanks for putting me to bed tonight. You're welcome. You're welcome. My chat's actually been pretty active. It doesn't seem like too many people are sleeping. So maybe the Australian audience here, waking up with their morning coffee. Yeah, war wagons need ballistics. That's a good upgrade to get. I think he's just too focused on trying to push. He sees imp and he's going to panic right now. He knows he's going to feel like he needs to kill and push this castle. And, oh, petards. Petards to make a hole in the wall. The war wagons run through. They go directly for the mangonels. The rest of the war wagons are behind, but we've got rams there too. Really messy. War wagons are just so freaking thick, man. Like, move out of the way. It's a traffic jam. Everyone's going to work. Move, guys. Move. It's green lights. Move through. Oh, my God. Okay, here we go. Rams, villagers, everybody's here. Everybody's here. And then someone's building a church. Well, the Rams have made it through. The war wagons are still alive. There's still not even a single Treb on the way for Uzzi because he doesn't have the golden come for it. And Nahue in Castle Age against Imp will ram this down, fully claim this gold. I mean, my guy's got 9 rams on the map right now in Castle Age. He wins. Third most created unit for Nahue is actually ram. He surpassed the amount of galleys he made. He really committed to that. Really well played. You know, initially, I was concerned because it felt as though he was maybe a little uncomfortable against the pressure. Right? My idea was initially going for the guard tower. In his mind, it seemed like he was like, well, go ahead, push me from here. I'm going to save all my stone, and I'm going to make a big play for this side. And obviously, from Uzzi's perspective, that was the whole strat. Like, the whole strat was to deny that. He pushed this side. He knows eventually everything's coming over here. And he almost denied the castle when it went up the first time. I think he needed a siege workshop. Like, if this villager is building a siege workshop right now, and then the siege workshop completes and there's a mangonel, by the time the villagers come back, that doesn't go up. But I guess maybe he felt because he denied it the first time that he had enough. And then there were quite a few Fire Lancers there the next time, and he didn't have enough. And then it starts to snowball. And then, oh, actually, the Siege Workshop did go up. It did go up. It's just a little late. Damn, where's that mangonel? Oh, it just got there. Yeah, it just got there a little bit too late. Yeah, that was the strat from Uzzi. I don't mind the strat. I still find, like, trying to siege push Koreans is very difficult. I still am not a big fan of picking Georgians on this map compared to some other civs. He used Portuguese earlier on another map. Would have liked Portuguese more. But game 5, guys, should be Uzzi's home map now. Winner moves into the next round. Let's go. All right, game 5. Jurchens against Khmer. Ooh, fun civ matchup. So yeah, Jurchens, their hunt never decays. That's really nice. There's lots of hunt on this map. Also, their mounted units attack faster, so full scouts is really good here. Especially against Khmer. We'll talk about it, but I really like the idea of just playing scouts if you're Nahue. There is a slight chance that he could try and play a fast castle. That's just not his style. I would expect a whole lot of aggression. Uzzi is playing Khmer here. And Khmer also really good in open, messy scout style games. So my feeling would be both players will be happy to play scouts. But the thing that you can do against the Khmer, if you're Jurchens here, is you can actually just go full scouts and you can kind of beat them there, right? Because their mounted units attack faster. And also the Khmer typically skip a barracks because they don't have to build a barracks. So every time I play against Khmer these days, even though Khmer are arguably like really good with scouts, I like to just match them with scouts. Because they can't make spears and you can. But we'll see. Someone asking about Matza. Matza did play in the bracket. Matza lost in the first round. You can feel free to ask about players, but most players that people would bring up either are in the bracket, or they're already in gold, or they're already in platinum. But then again, you guys might bring up like Fatslob or someone who it doesn't play competitively, don't really know. Wow, okay, I was wondering what was going on with the straggler tree. Sorry, getting a little distracted here. Uzzi goes early dock again. So he did a similar build in the game 1. This map, there's way more fish than on Acropolis, but he goes early dock. He's building the house in the middle. Khmer can hide inside the house. 2 villagers are there. I don't hate this because you have acacia straggler trees. Again, embarrassing little detail, but the normal trees on this map have 150 wood. Normal acacia trees. That is standard. For whatever reason, and I don't have information as to why, The straggler trees actually have 151 wood. And I have that little fact memorized because I have some problems, but, you know, in this case, the problems benefit me and benefit you, so we won't call it a problem, we'll call it a solution. But yeah, it's a nice little detail. You get, what, 6 more wood next to the trees here. True T-West. Maybe it's like a Crazini thing? Maybe it's a certain scripters have those? I mean, 1 wood doesn't make a difference, but it is actually a big difference to have 50 more wood on each tree versus a normal straggler. So let's count wood, shall we? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was 450 wood left here. So you could actually make 3 fish still, which you would probably do normally, and then go for a lumber camp just fine. It's actually not a bad build. It's actually really good with the Khmer because you can just delay your wood eco because you don't need the barracks and the stable. It's a good way to get a fast start here. We've got a pause. Double checking there's no bugs. Double checking there's no issues here that the players might want to bring up here in a game 5. Wood seems fair. Wood seems even. Gold is fine. Gold is standard. I think it's probably just a pause.
Yes.
There we go. A little bit of lag. Hate to see it, but happens. Yeah, honestly, T-West. In the past, someone would pause and we're like, okay, we'll be right back to it. But I feel like these days, if there's a pause, I'm instantly like, what broke? What happened? What went wrong? Oh, pauses freak me out. Even if I have like admins handling it, I'm just like kind of on edge. Yeah, Uzzi. And Q's up. Okay, he had like 5 vills in Q, which made me think he might be trying a fast castle. But I think he is going to still go for the feudal age approach we were expecting. I really think he's got to just pull these vills away. Too many people forget about these villagers here. In theory, you could try and build your stable on the front. My normal thinking is if a building produces fast units, you don't need it forward. If you're going archers on the front, that makes sense because archers are super slow and it's a big map, but I just kind of like to have that stable at home for security, especially if you're not going to have any spears. Hold on. Uzzi's clicking up now. And now he's going to gold. Is he trying fast castle? I think he is. And I don't know if he's going to have the resources to pull this off here. I mean, if he does, it's just at the limit. And then every single thing is going to need to be walled. He does still have his scout coming home. Okay, he can push in some deer, maybe. I mean, Khmer Fast Castle is really interesting. You can go up to the castle like, so quickly. Maybe get a couple knights out. A couple knights in a wood line could potentially end the game, but it is expensive, right? And we've got stable now for Nahue. He is kind of starting these natural walls along the sides. Really nice setup for him to full wall this map if he wants to. But this is going to start to send alarm bells off in his head right now. It's like, what? Wait a second. Why is the Khmer player not up? Because normally the Khmer player would be up. Uh-oh. Scouts find each other. Could be worse for Uzzi. Because he'll be in feudal age as well. Has the vills there. They get spotted. And get a couple hits in there to help out. That's not bad. They're just walking on home right now. After they build the house. And wow, Uzzi's up. Uzzi is up. Also, thank you for the raid. Let's go. Welcome, guys. Actually kind of scared me, guys. Someone talking about MILFs with mustaches. No, you will not find any of that here. Sorry to disappoint. I mean, when you build up like Nahue here, you've got a ridiculously smooth eco, right? You've got scout spam continuously. You've got the fishing ships now. Your eco ends up being far ahead. So this is risky from Uzzi. Really, really risky. And the risk has got to be worth it. And I'm looking at his resources right now, and I just don't like it. I don't like it. He doesn't have a lot of food underneath the TC. He can't freely take hunt around the map because scouts are going to be patrolling around. And I do like the stone walls from Nahue. I don't even know if they're necessary, but why not? Game 5, if it is nights, which is probably something crazy, you don't want them to get in, and you have the time now. So big stone wall on the left side, big stone wall on the right side, also even stone walling behind the houses. It's a great move. Again, Uzzi will make it to Castle Age. He can make like one night. Doesn't need the barracks. So, but like one night? I mean, against how Nahue's played this, it's going to be kind of awkward here for Uzzi. We'll start to shift a couple more villagers into the wood line, but this is high risk, high reward for him. You know what I will say? Nahue has not killed any vills, and he's completely stopped army production, so Uzzi could probably just use the knights to push the scouts away and then start to breathe with Zico a little bit. Maybe not the end of the world. Uzzi looking for a gap in the walls and hole check. No holes in that wood line. No holes in that wood line. No holes in this wood line. This is what you need to do. You need to click into your base. Or usually you want to click out of your base, and the villagers are going to find it. Why was the villager moving that way? I don't think there's a hole here. Yeah, I think everything's fine. Now, it was late to gold. So, really heavy on food, late to gold. And now Uzzi going for a second TC. Second TC on the wood. So, he makes 3 knights, now 4 knights. Well, pay attention to this villager. I'm curious what this guy's going to do. Any primers out there? We need a name. This dude's got a job. I don't know what yet. I'm not going to name him Harold. Unless, I mean, if somebody prime subs with the name Harold, then absolutely. Ronan. All right, Ronan. I like that. All right, Ronan. Ronan. They see me, Ronan. That's not, no. Okay, Ronan. All right, Ronan. Good luck. Sneak archery range, maybe? Siege workshop, maybe? I don't know what that villager is there for exactly. And honestly, Uzzi has proved me wrong. All the doubters, or all the doubting, and then maybe doubters because of my tone. He proved me wrong. I thought it was to do damage with the attack. I thought Zico would struggle. He doesn't have upgrades I'd normally like to see. But I mean, the second TC is going to be up. And he is applying a lot of pressure here against Nahue. All right, Ronan. Hey, thank you for the resub. Doctor, thank you for the 5 gifted. This is really peculiar, though. Really random. Also, there's a couple llamas here. I need more primers. You actually have a really good shot of staying alive the whole game. I'm not sure about Ronan. Second stable now for Nahue makes me think Lancer. So the thing about the Civ is they do not get knights, they do not get camels. Only get Lancers and light cav. So Lancers can be good, but Lancers you have to mass up. 2 TCs here for Uzzi, and Ronan still just outposting the back. That's so peculiar, man. I mean, it's not bad, by the way. Like, having all that vision is pretty nice, but normally you think something's going to be built there. Well, okay, he's going to... There's only so much place to build these days, and he's going to take up all the free real estate for the housing. And then eventually, Uzzi will not have anywhere to build his houses. Pro strategies. I think Uzzi knows that it's going to be Lancers. He understands the tech tree. But he also knows the scouts are out. You got to get rid of these scouts if you want to mix in some monks. This could get interesting. Also, this map creates a lot of natural choke points, which make fighting very awkward for the knights. Lancers, I think if Lancers stack on top of each other, I think that's really overpowered. Nahue just deleted 2 houses. And now he's housed. That's awkward. But Ronin will solve that problem. Lancers are out, and Uzzi has no way to run in. Technically, he does, but he's just going to fall back. Finds the fishing ships. Takes the fishing ships and the fish traps. That's not a bad find on the way home. 2 TCs, and I see an archer range for him now. Archer range feels a little bit out of place. Feels like he's a little committed into Cav and Monks right now. But the 3rd TC I like, and I see a Cav archer. Okay, so long-term, maybe his plan is to switch into Cav archers too. Maybe he doesn't trust himself to fight up against these Lancers. And there's Ronin! Monastery behind the wood line. But the Monk is there from Uzzi. Uzzi has a nice 7-villager lead. Uzzi gets the conversion as well. He's not, but I might only have one opportunity to make this joke. Doesn't fit the situation, but screw it anyways. This blue player is oozing confidence. Get it? That was good. That was really good. I can hear you guys applauding the pun. I can hear it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yep. I'll be here all night. Well, actually, no. I'll be leaving after this game, but thank you. Dude, guys, I think Nahue's, he's tree checking right now. He's clicking these trees. He's checking how much wood is here. And this all comes back to you freaking Ronin. Look, like, Uzzi doesn't think there's any army back there. He doesn't know where the army is. And Nahue's waiting for the wood to be chopped. Oh, one more wood, 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 one more wood. Surprise! That's crazy. Also, crazy good reaction from Uzzi. And because he's Khmer, he could save some of these vills. But now the monks are here. Uh-oh. Monks might die to the scout. That could be kind of bad. Oh, could have been better. Still a really nice push as we see Uzzi really struggling now. That equalizes the villager count. Now you're kind of panicked because there's buildings behind your base. And Nahue dropping the 2nd TC. And now he's going for archer ranges. So he's going to try Cav archers. I mean, Jurchen Cav archers are better. So I like it. Double range Cav archers could be good. I'm not sure about the amount of vills on stone right now. Is he planning on a castle or something? Maybe. Feels like he actually needs more on food than anything. The eco balance is definitely off compared to Uzzi. And Uzzi does have 3 archer ranges and 3 TCs right now. But he's Ronin hunting. Ronin is... Did he die? Ronin? Oh! What a Chad, man. I was like so confused. All right, well, yeah, villager's dead. He lived a good life, though. He was trying to get home. But hey, the job is done. The job is done. He contributed to the wood line. And he's the monk living in a peaceful little monastery there. Damn, this is an intense game right now. Resources collected even. Army count could really go either way. I still think Jurchen Cav archers are superior here. But like 7 knights and 8 Cav archers is better than the army Nahue has. Also, Uzzi didn't have blacksmith upgrades for a while. He does have them now, so he does have Bod Canero. He might also get ballistics here in a second. And I think there's a concern here for Nahue with his food eco, guys. I'm not seeing a lot of farms. It's gotten better. I'm really hoping he realizes, okay, now he does know he needs Bod Canero. Sometimes you go for a late switch like this and you've had units for a while, you forget you don't have the upgrades. Speaking of, Uzzi getting Bloodlines right now is a really big deal. And I'll actually take the fight before Bloodlines. And hello! I mean, that's a horrible fight against... Oh my god, that's a horrible fight against Lancers. That's right before Bloodlines. That's against a group of Lancers who can always hit you. I mean, I think that's really good for Nahue. It has to be. I don't know. In the end, the army count's really similar. The game is still really close. And the Khmer eco, though, is starting to fly. Their farm food eco is super good. Also, starting to see some craziness here from Nahue. Villagers on the left side. Oh, God. I mean, does he have enough? Can he... Like, where's this castle even go? The right side's good. That's where all the gold is. Well, it goes there. Here we go. Castle drop from Nahue. Has to go up. Has to go up. And if it goes up, this is incredible for him. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of Cav Archers and there's a lot of Knights here. He didn't bring enough vills. It's game 5. Final game energy. There's monks behind for Uzzi. It just feels so unneeded right now. He didn't go for the eco. He hasn't had the TCs for as long. And in game 5, Nahue's castle will be denied 60%. Oh, that hurts so much. He's down by 25 vills now. And to explain it, he knows he's behind in TCs. He feels he's behind economically. And he wanted a big moment to end the game. As Doubt would say, he builds castles to end games one way or another. It was a proper Doubt castle because it might be why the game is over now. Nahue is running this way now to... I don't know exactly where he's going, but he's going somewhere. Uzzi... Great reaction time. Great reaction time. Great job from him to react to that. Now wall it in. It is actually a yellow house, so technically it could be deleted, but he's just kind of camping that now. I mean, Nahue wants another castle, but he doesn't have the stone for it yet. This is pain. He's feeling really bad right now. Actually, he's about to feel amazing. Double Doubt Castle? Can I get a second one? No. When in doubt. When in doubt. He's micring. Castle's at 50%. Tower's gonna go up and get garrison. The vills are getting sniped. No. No, Nahue, no. 80%. 85. 87. Hey, guys. He's making progress. The next time he goes to build a castle, it's definitely going to go up. What was it, 50%? Now he's got to 89%. Oh. Well, in Silver League, you can test that one out. And he can see if he can complete the castle there. That's a heartbreaker. I honestly gotta hand it to Uzzi. The fast castle play was really interesting. It made it so the Jurchens couldn't go for the full scouts, which I mentioned. He's on 4 TCs now. His eco just got set up so nicely. Cav Archer Mass was really nice. His reactions was nice. I think there was a bit of lack of confidence from Nahue there. The game was pretty close. Like, when he goes for that castle, that's a stage of the game where this could just be a boom war. This could be Cav Archers for both. The Jurchen Cav Archers are really, really nice. I just feel like there are options to have this game play out in a more standard way. But I think what he saw was he knew his opponent was on the second TC faster than him, and he knew his opponent was on 3 TCs for a super long time, and so he just felt like he needed a big play to you know, smash the guy because he was falling behind in eco. But Uzzi was the favorite, the slight favorite. Uzzi wins. Back and forth series. Great series there, guys. And Uzzi will be in the finals of his group here in this bronze bracket. Wins that final, he will actually be a gold player. But it's kind of crazy, right? Like, I think if Uzzi wins, like, realistically, the way the food chain should work, anyone who makes it to gold from this bracket is immediately expected to drop out again of gold, right? Because they're joining the 16 players who are already there. Like, those people are higher ranked players than them. So it's like, he wins that series, he goes to gold, and he's immediately expected to get relegated out, which is crazy because he's doing so well. He loses the final, doesn't make it to gold, and he makes it into silver, and he'll be seen as one of the best players in silver. It's fun to think about how the pecking order works. Yeah, great series. Nahue, I think, will be happy. I hope so. He's done a really good job over the last couple years. He's improved a lot. He's going to be in silver. 10K leagues, really good spot for him to be in. Lots of experience, lots of money on the line. So that's still a really good spot for him. That's a respectable series. And a good back and forth one for sure. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hope YouTube enjoys that, of course.